Hello everybody and welcome to my new video here on YouTube, and today we are going to talk about Danish lifestyle. So the first thing we're going to talk about is about health here in Denmark. And health is something that if you come to Denmark to work or to study, it's something that comes with it because it's attributed to you a CPR number, which means that number is also your health number and your social security number, your financial and tax number. So you have a number that works for everything, and with that number you can access to health for free. If you need an appointment with your family doctor, you just go and it's totally free. A specific appointment with a specific doctor, you just have to go to your family doctor. So in case of need, they will send you to the specific doctor that you need to go. The second thing is education. Education here in Denmark is also free. So if you come here with kids or if you're coming here to study, keep in mind that education, if you are an European citizen, it's for free. So you can go to primary school, you can go to elementary school, to high school or to college for free. Keep in mind as well that if you are coming from an European country, you can attend school for free and also receive a government support. In order to receive that government support, you have to work X hours a week in order to receive it. So it's not something that you have for granted because you don't work those hours, you don't have that government support. However, if you are a Danish citizen, you probably know, you receive it independently if you work or not. The third thing is that Copenhagen especially, but also Denmark in general, is quite expensive. So if you're coming here to live, be aware that if you don't have any job or if you are coming to study as well, you should be prepared to have quite a big amount of money in order to stay here as long as you need, because it can be quite expensive renting an apartment, also buying food. Be aware because it's not the same as other countries here in Europe. Fourth thing I want to talk about is about sustainability here in Denmark is a quite big thing, and especially here in Copenhagen, which is the case that I know the most. People here, they separate the garbage very well. So they have different containers to each thing. They have a container for metal, a different container for plastic, a different container for organic waste. But they also have something that, at least in southern countries, it's not something that it's very popular. That is the PET thing. This is basically when you buy a soda, a plastic bottle with soda, or when you buy a plastic bottle with water, you can receive the money back that you paid for that plastic bottle. So in case you buy a Coke, for example, you receive the plastic bottle with the Coke. Then you drink all the Coke and you take the plastic bottle to the supermarket, where they usually have some machines when you can just put your bottle there and you receive a ticket with an amount of money that you can discount on your shopping on the supermarket. This, it's not only for plastic bottles, it can also happen with the cans, soda cans. So be aware if you're coming here to Denmark, just check in one of the parts of the label, it will show up a small icon, and that icon, it means that you can just change it on the supermarket on those machines that I'm talking about. Here in Denmark, the country is quite flat, so you can just transport yourself by bike. Actually, it's the easiest way here in Copenhagen to move is with the bike, because everything is very close to each other. So if you leave on a distance like 5 kilometers, 6 kilometers from the city center, is quite an easy way to move. You can also transport the bike with you on the train, on the metro, and be aware that on the metro you have to pay an extra fee to transport the bike with you. And on the train is actually for free. So usually I take the bike with me when I go by train because it's quite easy. Then the sixth thing that I want to talk about is about the weather. So the weather here in Denmark is quite special, especially during the winter time. It gets quite windy and rains a lot and very dark. So if you are coming here to Denmark to visit the city, you should be aware that from November to February more or less. It gets very dark earlier than the other months of the year, and it gets very cold sometimes because it's especially Copenhagen, it's very windy. If you are coming here during those months, just be aware if you want to visit something outdoors, it probably gets darker around 4, so just be prepared. During summer, the weather is very nice. You can enjoy very long days because usually the sun sets around 10 in the evening, so you have a lot of daylight and you also have sun, and it's not too warm. It's around 22, 23, 24 degrees Celsius, so it's nice, a nice temperature. And Copenhagen, I think, especially gets a different lifestyle during warm months. In my opinion, the best months to visit Copenhagen is from May till August, I can say, because those are the warmer months here in Copenhagen. Another thing that is part of the Danish culture is something called hygge, which basically means cozy and comfortable. So it's a kind of a vibe that they have here in Denmark that is very related to candles and to winter days or fall days where it rains a lot and it gets dark, and in your house you have this kind of environment that puts you in a lot of blankets and on the sofa watching a series with a tea and some candles and a blanket. So this kind of vibe, it's something that they have really here in Denmark, and they call it hygge. Another thing that is part of Danish culture is when you're going to someone's house, you always take your shoes. Maybe this seems a bit weird to say, but in Portugal at least we don't usually do that. We don't arrive to our friend's house or our family member house and you don't take your shoes and just go around with socks. Here in Denmark is something that is, you always do it. So keep in mind, if you are living here or studying here or whatever, if you are visiting someone, just take your shoes when you get into the house, because it's something that is really part of their culture. So another thing to consider is that here in Denmark the taxes are a bit higher than other European countries. So if you're coming here to work, just be aware that the discounts are around 36%. So if you are working here, you will have a discount of 36%. Usually there are other types of discounts where conventional work positions are mainly 36% discount. Then be aware that the taxes are quite high, but you also have education and healthcare for free. So another thing is about food and Danish meals. In Southern European countries we have a breakfast. Sometimes you eat something between breakfast and lunch. It depends if you are having the breakfast very early. Then you have lunch, you have something in between lunch and dinner, and then you have dinner. Here in Denmark, I think that it's quite different, because I have breakfast at home and then I go to the office to work, and then we have lunch at 12, which for me it's super early. And the lunch, it's always a lighter meal, so we don't eat that much, and we have this buffet at the office, so usually with a lot of salads and healthy food. But then they have dinner around 6, 7, sometimes 5, which for me is super early. But here in Denmark, the dinner meal is the heaviest one. So that's when they eat more, usually. This for me is a bit weird, because in Portugal we are used to have dinner around 8, 8:30, and here people have dinner very early. In the summer, I usually keep the Portuguese schedule, but as soon as the winter arrives and the darkness comes, I actually feel the need to have dinner earlier at around 6:37. Another thing, and this one is very important, is that when you buy those gummies in the supermarket that are usually black and you think there is something related to berries, just put it out of your mind, because it's always licorice, which is something that they love here in Denmark. So be aware if you're buying black ones, at least see if there is a sample or a tasting place where you can try it, because for me, I just hate the taste of those black gummies or black candy that they have. It's a very hard flavor and taste, and I don't like it at all, and I know a lot of expat people that doesn't like it, so be aware and just try it before you buy it. Also here in Denmark they eat a lot of pork because they have a lot of pigs actually. So there is a lot of frikadelle, which basically it's meatballs, and they also have fiskfrikadelle, which is the fish cakes. It's kind of the same as meatballs but with fish. They usually eat those meatballs with puree, and that's very Danish. They have a lot of fish, however it's a bit expensive because I think that Danes don't eat fish that much, even though they have it a lot. One of the most, or the two most popular kind of street food thing is one, the hot dogs. They have a lot of trucks around the city with hot dogs, which they are amazing, by the way. And they also have another dish that is also from here, which is called smørrebrød, and I'm sorry for my pronunciation, which is basically loaf of bread, rye bread, which is a dark bread that you can, if you visit Denmark, you can find it in any supermarket. And then they put a lot of stuff on the top. It can be raw fish, it can be remoulade with, sometimes they also have small shrimps, and they also have sometimes roast beef. So it's basically something that they eat regularly. It's something that you should try if you're coming here to visit or to live. It's also something that it's cool. We are finishing our video here, and I hope you guys have enjoyed this small go through the Danish lifestyle, and I hope this can help you if you are coming to Denmark to live or if you are visiting Denmark. And I hope you guys can just give me a subscribe on my channel so I can continue with my work here. And I also appreciate if you just put a like on my video and give me some comments with your feedback. I would very much appreciate. So thank you guys, and see you on my next video. Bye!